Welcome to a place where time slows down, and nature sings her wildest symphony, Ilha Grande, Brazil. A paradise of thick jungles, golden beaches, and mysterious history that most tourists barely scratch the surface of. But today, we're not just taking you on a visual journey, we're uncovering the unknown side of Ilha Grande. Facts that go far beyond its postcard beauty. Number 10. Ilha Grande, which means Big Island in Portuguese, lies off the coast of Rio de Janeiro state. It may seem like a sleepy tropical island today, but for centuries, it was a place of secrets and shadows. Did you know this island was once completely forbidden to the public? For decades, it was home to Brazil's most feared maximum security prison, Instituto Penal Cândido Mendes. Here, violent criminals and political prisoners were isolated from the mainland. Locals used to say, Ilha Grande isn't just an island, it's where Brazil sends its ghosts. The prison closed in 1994, but to this day, some ruins remain hidden beneath thick vegetation, slowly being reclaimed by the jungle. Number 9. But Ilha Grande has layers that go even deeper. This island is a living, breathing relic of Brazil's Atlantic forest, Mata Atlântica. And here's the twist. Over 60% of the original Atlantic forest has been lost across Brazil, but Ilha Grande still preserves one of the largest continuous remnants of this rare biome. In fact, there are plant species here that exist nowhere else on Earth. And some haven't even been named yet. Number 8. What lies beneath Ilha Grande is just as magical. The island's waters are part of the Tamoios Ecological Station, a marine preservation area. But here's something even more curious. Divers have found shipwrecks from the 16th and 17th centuries off its coast. Old Portuguese trade ships, some rumored to have been attacked by pirates, now rest quietly beneath the waves, turned into coral gardens. Number 7. You've probably heard of Lagoa Azul, the Blue Lagoon, famous among snorkelers. But fewer people know about the traditional Kaikara villages hidden deeper within the island. The Caikaras are a unique cultural blend of indigenous, African, and Portuguese heritage. They still fish with handmade canoes, build homes with palm fiber, and pass down stories about the island's spirit guardians that live in the forest. One tale even warns visitors not to enter the woods at night, because the island, they say, chooses who it wants to keep. Number 6. Ilha Grande has no cars. No roads that cut through its forests. Only trails, over 150 kilometers of them, connecting the island's 100-plus beaches and hidden waterfalls. Some of these trails were once slave paths, used in the colonial period when sugarcane and coffee plantations ruled the island. Others are ancient indigenous routes that stretch back long before Portuguese ships ever arrived. Every path tells a story. And most tourists? They only walk a few. Tucked just a few hours south of Rio de Janeiro, there's an island that feels like a world apart. Tourists know it for the hikes and the snorkeling. But beneath the surface, literally and figuratively, this island is hiding stories that few people ever hear. Number 5. Let's start with the forest. Ilha Grande is home to one of the largest remaining tracts of the Mata Atlântica, the Atlantic forest. And unlike the Amazon, this forest is more endangered and less understood. Ilha Grande's version of it is so rich that scientists still discover new species here. Plants, frogs, even tiny insects that don't exist anywhere else on Earth. The island's protection from roads and cars has allowed ecosystems to thrive. Over 60% of the island is part of a state park, and it's surrounded by 2 marine reserves. So the biodiversity, both on land and underwater, is staggering. Number 4. But the jungle hides more than animals. Ilha Grande was once home to the Instituto Penal Cândido Mendes, Brazil's version of Alcatraz. This maximum security prison operated until 1994, housing violent criminals and political prisoners alike. The island was actually off-limits to the public during much of this time. And here's a detail many people don't know: some escaped prisoners were never found. Locals whisper that they vanished into the jungle, or perhaps into something deeper. After the prison shut down, nature slowly took over. Today, vines crawl over abandoned cell blocks. You might hike past a clearing and not even realize you're standing where prisoners once lived and died. Number 3. Before the prison, Ilha Grande had a different kind of dark legacy. In the colonial era, the island was a stopover on the transatlantic slave route. Slaves were brought here temporarily before being sent to coffee and sugar plantations on the mainland. Traces of this history remain, like old stone aqueducts, slave trails turned hiking paths, and ghost stories passed down through generations. One of the most well-known trails today, T13, was originally a slave route. Walk it now, and you might think it's just a scenic forest trail, but every stone step was laid during a time of brutality. Number 2. Then there's what lies underwater. Ilha Grande's coastlines have over 200 recorded shipwrecks. That's right, 200. Many of them are from the 17th and 18th centuries, when the Portuguese used the island as a trade checkpoint. Some were sunk by pirates. Others by storms. One of the most mysterious wrecks is known as the Navio dos Três Irmãos, a Portuguese ship that disappeared under suspicious conditions. Divers occasionally spot pieces of broken pottery, anchors, or even muskets preserved in the seabed. The surrounding marine park, known as the Tamoios Ecological Station, was created partly to protect this underwater history. Number 1. Want to explore the island? Be ready to walk. Ilha Grande has no roads and no cars. There are over 150 kilometers of trails, connecting about 110 beaches, many of which can only be reached by foot or boat. Some of these beaches, like Praia do Aventureiro, are protected by law. Access is limited to a small number of visitors per day to preserve their untouched condition. And here's a curious fact: one of Ilha Grande's beaches, Praia do Sul, is so sensitive that it was turned into a biological reserve, completely closed to the public. Only researchers are allowed in. Ilha Grande may look like paradise. And it is. But it's also a place where Brazil's history, nature, and culture come together in ways most people never see. This isn't just an island, it's a living archive. One where every trail, every beach, and every whisper of wind carries a story. If you ever visit, come with curiosity. Because Ilha Grande doesn't just show you beauty, it shows you Brazil's soul. Discover more hidden places. Subscribe now.